the YouTube
Yeah,
channel.
yeah.
All right, let's try again.
My mutations are a little bit lacking there.
Let's see what we got. Please be the whole screen this time. There we go. We got the whole screen. I knew we could do it.
Yeah.
All right. All right, guys. Welcome into the second episode of the Offensive Line Pod. Today's discussion is post-pick Pardum and how you feel about how your team did and how we did in our mock drafts. Let's go ahead and talk about our mock drafts. I'll bring up our graphic here. As you can see there, we all didn't get a lot right. Actually, Lee, you were gone and you did the best out of all of us. So, I mean, let's go and go through it. Actually, Kyle, you got 6 right technically, by the way, because you got Kyle Trask to the Buccaneers. You were just in the wrong round.
Oh well, I guess that counts for something.
Did I not do that one? Did I not have Trask?
No, you didn't have Trask. Sorry, you had I think an edge rusher, Azeez Ojulari, I want to say.
Oh yeah. Oh well.
And then so yeah, you can see there how we did, and a nice picture of Mac Jones and the commissioner going to the Patriots there. So let's go ahead and bring it back here. Let's talk about how we thought the draft went. What was your biggest surprise of the draft, guys? I'll go ahead and start with mine. I think my biggest surprise was the fact that the Bears got Justin Fields, whether they were able to trade up for him or I did not see that coming, and I'm glad they were aggressive, but yeah, I mean, did not see that coming. Kyle, what was your biggest surprise of the draft?
Justin Fields was definitely a big surprise, but I think it was more of a late surprise than an early surprise. But I don't know. I think it was J.C. Horn going number 8. Like, to me, it was a little bit early.
Yeah, that was a very big surprise for me too, I'd say. I don't think anyone, at least any of us, had him going that high, and yeah, that I remember just watching that and just screaming "what" at my television, and Nick, my fiance, was like, "What?" And I was like, "He shouldn't have gone that high." Casey, what was your biggest surprise of the draft?
I will go with the Justin Fields pick because Chicago's already kind of low on picks, I believe, anyway, or they are now anyway, because they traded up a good bit. They traded off a good bit to go get Fields. I'm not so surprised about how he fell or the Bears going to get him. Or that's what I'm surprised about is the Bears going to get him because I feel like for some reason they're in a win now mode. So they're going to go out and they're going to try and get a guy that they think can help them win pretty quickly. With that defense, I kind of get it. I think he needs a lot more weapons around him and completely better offense. But Chicago still does have one of the best defenses in the league. I was surprised about that, and I'm still surprised with Lance going so early. Apparently, all the other teams think he's all that and more. So. Good luck to him, but him going that early is kind of funny to me.
He definitely went to the best overall situation, though. Going to the 49ers and going to Kyle Shanahan, like that's probably the best place for anyone to go in the draft.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's what we talked about the other day. I mean, I think we all agreed, and anybody with a brain on this planet agrees that whoever goes to San Francisco is much better in a much better position, at least short term.
Oh, you guys can see that on the screen there. That's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know why that.
But
Oh, well. Why is that doing that? Hold on.
Screw it. Who cares?
Hold on. I can fix it real quick. Oh, there we go.
There it goes.
I won't even look at it.
what? Oh, he was just like
updating. Yeah, I was updating our Facebook, letting us know that we were live, and I accidentally had a window capture up. So thank God I wasn't on Pornhub, right?
We're all in trouble then.
That'd be
It's all
that'd
right.
be
We're just gonna
electric.
get demonetized.
Yeah, we would. Hey, we would have the best YouTube career though for about 30 seconds. Um, yeah, I'd say Trey Lance definitely going to the 49ers was a surprise. I really thought they were going to take Fields. Lee, what was your biggest surprise of the draft?
I think I had to agree with Kyle a little bit with J.C. Horn. Honestly, both cornerbacks, J.C. Horn and Patrick Surtain, going in the top 10 was a surprise for me. But um, Justin Fields, I knew he was going to slide. I felt it. I thought he could go as far as the Patriots at 15. But
Yeah,
but
I
yeah, I
mean,
think the cornerbacks.
you guys both had Mac Jones going to the Patriots, and I thought there was no way that that would happen, that he would slide that far, and you called it
Right.
though. Hey, so kudos, you know.
Yeah, I had him going 3. If I'd have swapped Trey Lance and Mac Jones on mine, I'd have had 11 picks, right?
That would have been
I w-
wild. You might have had the biggest success rate of any mock draft at that point.
I
All right,
know,
cheat
right?
on.
I was Trey Lance or Mac Jones at 3 for me, and I went with Mac Jones because I thought he was a better Kyle Shanahan style quarterback. So I
Do you
was
guys
wrong.
have yeah. Do you guys have a favorite moment at draft night? Like for mine, it was Jalen or yeah, Jalen Waddle. Jalen Waddle's his whole he gets drafted, his whole family's up in celebration. He just like gangster walks away from him and onto the stage. I thought that was I thought that was hilarious. Did you guys have
Yeah,
a
he
favorite
did.
moment?
I don't even remember that happening.
Yeah,
That
Oh,
was pretty funny.
I did not catch
But
that.
I like Micah Parsons how he jumped in, did a jump hug to Roger
oh
Goodell.
yeah.
Like it just showed he was. It was
My,
kind of funny.
Micah Parsons is not a small guy either, and Roger Goodell's like
Uh
60 years old, man. Don't hurt the commish.
We know he's not a true fan.
I had two favorite moments. The first one was Macho Man Randy Savage was there.
Yeah, I
Uh,
did. That was cool.
that was a massive moment. I got to relive a little bit of the night. Moment was when Roger Goodell actually went up there and called out names. These picks
Dying on the
take too
stream, bro.
long. It's just they just blah 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 and advertisements and talking. And I just want to get to the draft, so I will say those are my favorite moments.
Hey, who was it that went up there? It was like in one of the later rounds or whatever. He went up there and the Cleveland fans were booing him, and he was like, "Screw you guys! I got a Super Bowl and y'all don't," or something like that.
I don't know, but I'm automatically a fan.
Yeah,
Whoever did
exactly.
it. That is when the announcements get more, I think, exciting is the later rounds, because that's when they bring in the guest announcers and stuff. Whether it's Pat McAfee or David Akers, he did one for the Eagles a few years ago where they just talk trash to the crowd and stuff. I think that's always fun.
I think Roger Goodell should start doing that. Every time they start booing him just like give some negative reaction to him, just to be funny. Yeah, exactly. Play onto it.
Because they're going to boo anyway. I mean, he might as well act a fool while he's up there. And he's still making $250 million a year.
Yeah, we're just
Ain't
having
gonna say
fun.
shit to him.
Did you guys see the what was it, the Panthers pick, I think it was, where they did the U.S. Air Force members or whatever, and they announced a pick, and like everybody was clapping, and Roger Goodell's just sitting there, and then all of a sudden he turns and claps too. Like he's like, "Oh wait, I should be clapping too. This is great PR for the NFL. Look at us." Like, dude, no one cares if you like. No one's gonna be like, "Oh, Roger Goodell didn't clap. He doesn't support the armed forces." Like, I don't know. I just thought it was pretty funny. All right. So, going into what was your favorite moment? Who do you think is going to be the biggest bust of this draft? And Kyle, I'll start with you.
Give me a second. Let me think about it. Has anybody else got one off the top of their head?
Casey Lee, Mac Jones, 15, biggest
Yeah,
bust.
I just don't think he's gonna be worth the shit for anything. I think that he was a really nice story. I think he fit Alabama really well. They had a lot of weapons on that offense. I'm not saying I would have been in the Heisman conversation, but I think I could have thrown for a few yards, especially. But Mac Jones is, I think he's severely overrated. I don't think he's worth 15. I think he's probably worth more like a 4th or 5th round pick because he's going to be
Ooh.
at best a
Oh man. With the hot take, 4th or
Yeah,
5th round at best.
Casey's been down on Mac Jones since the season started.
I was down on
Right,
Mac Jones,
and he did nothing but kill it all year.
Yeah, I agree.
Don't care. He had weapons everywhere. You should.
He did, absolutely.
It does help when the guys are wide open, in the first 5 yards.
It would have made me look good, and I can only throw it 12 yards down the field.
Right? Lee, who do you think is going to be your biggest bust of this draft?
I think it's Justin Fields, honestly.
Ooh, okay.
Just because I don't see him as a Chicago style quarterback.
I think he's in a crappy situation regardless.
He's got
I don't.
That's it.
I don't think Matt Nagy is that.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, I think it's Justin Fields, and he ain't. I mean, he don't have much help to throw to, which he may not even start the first year, but surely he can beat out Andy Dalton. Come on.
He's got to start the first year because I think there's no way that Chicago keeps their GM and Nagy if they lose again. So I definitely think they're going to throw Justin Fields out there and just be like, hey, let's let the nuts swing, see how he does. Maybe we'll keep our jobs, And that's a lot of
while you're screwing your own. But you're right though. You're absolutely right. They're going to throw him to the dogs, and he's not going to be able to perform because they have Allen Robinson, one good offensive lineman, and Tariq Cohen when he's healthy.
Right.
And the defense lost Akeem Hicks and Kyle Fuller, so the defense might not even be what they have been in years past.
If they're smart, they'll just let Andy Dalton go out there and suck it up. Yeah, and then let Justin Fields come in and be the savior.
We'll see like a replay of like deja vu moment of that Cowboys game where he got his head taken off and the Cowboys just walked away from.
That was dirty. And nobody even went over there to help him. I was like,
he's like laying there half dead on the field, and they're just like, I'd
have Bobby Boucher somebody after that.
Oh man, yeah, that play. And I feel bad for Andy Dalton too. I mean, he spends his whole career at the Bengals. Finally starts to let him win, and then that happens, and I
finally got comfortable, and then
damn,
yeah, then they buried him.
So Kyle, who is your biggest bust of this draft?
Okay, so I don't think he's necessarily going to be a bust, but I think he's in a terrible situation to succeed. I'm going to go with Travis Etienne because they got James Robinson. They have nothing on offense, nothing on defense. He's going to get thrown into the wolves. He's going to look horrible for them. Now, if he got drafted by a better situation, like say the Pittsburghs would have took him, they would have been fine. He would have been great. But the fact that he went to Jacksonville, I think his career is going to be very short-lived. So that'd be mine for now.
I mean, I think it was. I know people had him mocked that high, but I don't think that it makes sense that Najee Harris and Travis Etienne went that high. I mean, I don't know.
Especially when you got James Robinson, who broke out last year.
Exactly.
I didn't think that was a smart pick for them.
They could have found.
They're just trying to keep the Clemson boys together, I guess.
Do you think that Trevor was like, listen, if you're gonna draft me and I'm gonna be in this shithole place, you gotta bring my boy Travis with me at least.
Right.
Okay, so I could see Najee Harris going to the Steelers where he went.
Yeah, that was a great pick for them, I feel.
Other than offensive linemen, like that's legitimately all they needed was a really good running back. My thing with ETN though is after the draft or after the first round anyway, Urban Meyer said we see him as a third down back. There's nobody in the NFL that drafts a third round back in the first round of the draft. And if you do, you're an idiot. And that's, I mean, if he's only going to be a third down back, then you've just wasted your first round pick. If you use him any more than they should, then what are you going to do with James Robinson, who was the best rookie running back in all of football last year?
The only thing they had going for them.
The only legit.
I mean, ETN could probably play slot receiver.
They're going to have to find ways to get him the
Exactly.
They're going to have to.
And I hope they prove me wrong because I like ETN. Like, I'm pretty sure he was one of those kids that wanted to come to Tennessee, but then the whole Clemson thing happened.
Oh, yeah.
I love it when you guys bring up prospects and stuff because you're like, that guy should have went to Tennessee. This guy should have went there. And it's like all
There's a list
Clemson guys.
of them that should have went to Tennessee.
Like, literally, their whole team from like 2 years ago were all like, at one point committed to the Vols or like about to commit to them. T. Higgins, Amari Rogers, Trevor Lawrence, Travis Etienne. That's just 4 offensive guys right off the top of my head.
That's crazy.
They scored more than 17 points a game last year.
Like, their whole offense literally, they're the Tennessee Tigers or the Clemson Volunteers, whichever one you prefer.
I'm pissed off at we should be allowed.
Do you guys think that Tennessee would have the same success? I mean, Dabo's a great coach.
I don't think we would have won national championship necessarily, but we will definitely be on the upswing. We would have won 8, 9, 10 games a year the whole time.
Right.
Guantanamo. Whatever the fuck his name is.
Mr. Pick Six.
Where is he at now?
Liked him.
Washington State, right? That's where he's at now?
Yeah, threw a pick in his first throw in the spring game. Then hurt his hand.
Kyle, I remember when he committed to the Vols and you were like, man, we just got this really high, rated quarterback from, Orange, New Jersey. And I was like, oh, that's cool. I was like, what's his name? And you're like, Gantero or something. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then now here we are a few years later. And it's like, shit, what happened,
Oh, my God. Don't remind me.
Hey, I'll give him some credit. The kid is tough. He took a beating a couple of them years. He got...
Well, so is Waffle House meat.
Rocked.
I mean, really, I get it. He's tough as hell, and I think he's a good kid. But he was screwed from the time he got here because he never had a whole lot of good help from the coaching staff, and that's all in a conversation of its own. But the kid obviously doesn't need to be a quarterback. He just don't.
Right. His progressions are so slow. Like he would stare down receivers. It was just wasn't good.
I guess that's why he's Mr. Pick Six, right?
Yeah.
Georgia just picked another pass.
So we were talking about Travis Etienne. Would you guys say that he is your least favorite team player combo, or in this draft at least the first round? I mean, we don't have to go all seven rounds here, but in the first round, was he like your least favorite team player combo?
I would say yes, specifically by the reason I gave him the bust label, just because he's in a terrible situation and he's already got a great running back right in front of him. So,
Casey, yeah,
because I mean, I like James Robinson, and I'm gonna tell you something else too. I've got James Robinson in fantasy leagues and keeper leagues. That's my guy. That dude helped me get to the playoffs last year. So I'm pissed off that they're going to take carries away from him. But other than that, I mean, I just really don't think it makes a whole lot of sense. I could see going out and getting a 4th or 5th round back to maybe help take some of the load off. But unless they're going to use ETN all over the field, it really doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Didn't ETN return some punts?
I think he did.
For
Kicks or
Clemson?
punts won.
Gotcha.
I'd let him if he didn't.
I mean, yeah, he's got to find a way to touch the ball. I guess someone has to.
Right. But yeah, I guess, I mean, as far as a player combo, I guess that would be the least favorite, just because, Trevor Lawrence didn't lose a game in high school, college, like a regular season game. You almost want to see him not succeed a little bit for me.
He's gonna lose.
He better be prepared to lose some games now, because he could end up being a bust because he plays for Jacksonville. So
I was telling my fiance this the other night when we were talking about Trevor Lawrence. I was like, this guy has been, a top high school prospect. He's a top college prospect, and now he's the first pick in the NFL draft. I was like, he's pretty much won his whole career, and now he goes to the Jacksonville Jaguars, where he's probably going to lose at least the first few years, and that just weighs on your mentality. I think your mental state, where you go from winning all the time to losing. I mean, I know I lose like 2 or 3 games of Rocket League in a row, and I'm just like, fuck it. I don't even want to play this goddamn game anymore.
It's a culture shock. It's definitely a culture shock. Because when you still winning and somebody's punching you in the dick, you don't know how to react. And it's true, because I mean, I've seen it in other sports. I've seen it in all kinds of levels of sports. That shit happens.
Now, so I think we all kind of agree ETN might be our least favorite player team combo. What do you guys think would be your favorite player team combo? Because I know we talked about Mac Jones being a bust, but I don't know. I kind of like the idea of it. I kind of like Mac Jones on the Patriots. I think it's a fun combo.
If they can do something with Mac Jones, I wouldn't be surprised at all. If anybody can, it's Bill Belichick.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about how like Bill's the best coach of all time, whether it's Bill or Brady. And last year, I think Brady turned the tide into his conversation and like towards him. But Bill definitely has a chance to turn it around with Mac. And if Mac can win championships or even have a solid career, I think we'll see the conversation swing more towards Bill. Lee, do you have a favorite team player combo?
Well, I actually like the receivers from Alabama, the Jalen Waddle and Devonta Smith.
Oh, both going to the Dolphins and the Eagles?
Yep, they. I feel like they're, playmakers. They're going to be impactful as soon as they step on the field. So
I mean, what is up with this year's draft and old teammates reuniting, old quarterback, wide receivers reuniting?
Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase. I was about to mention it.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I think that's a match made in heaven. Obviously, we already know what they can do together, but the NFL is different than college, so we'll see what happens there. But I'm excited to see that.
And can Zach Taylor call a fucking play? I mean, Jesus Christ. The guy, Joe Burrow's getting hammered out there, and he's still calling pass plays. Like, run the ball every now and then, dude. Or, like, throw a screen. Like, get it out of his hands. I mean, I don't know. I felt bad for Joe Burrow last year.
Yeah, big time. He got sacked so much.
Yes, he did. I will say my favorite team player combo is Najee Harris. Although this is kind of a two-headed question for me, because the Steelers should have went offensive lineman, and they did address it a little bit later in the draft. But as far as from a fantasy perspective, and the fact that they really need somebody else to get the ball to, because I think James Conner's gone anyway. I don't even think he's back with Pittsburgh.
No, he's on the Cardinals.
That's right. Now, Benny Snell is not a bad running back, but he runs like a 4.7. So Najee Harris is going to come in, and he's going to be really effective really soon. He's not going to be like Le'Veon Bell. I don't think he's going to catch that many balls out of the backfield, but the guy can catch.
He can run too.
He can run. I mean, the dude, he's just a serious baller. I don't know if it was the right selection, but personally, I think he's going to put up pretty good numbers. I like him as a fantasy play. I really like the position he's going into with a veteran quarterback. Some other weapons on the offense. I think that's my favorite team to player match.
Kyle, what was yours? That we didn't discuss it, right?
I would probably say that Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow.
You're sticking with that one?
Yeah.
I love Joe.
I think I mean he's already had a few weapons there, but it's never going to hurt to have more if he can get them there, if he doesn't get killed again.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to get the ball to him. Hopefully Zach Taylor figures that out, because Joe's definitely a guy, and I think we all agree Jamar Chase is a guy too. I mean, he definitely looked like it in he definitely looked like it at LSU for sure. That totally just threw me off there.
I don't know what he was doing. What are you doing?
Proving a point.
We're on live TV. What do you mean you proving a point?
Oh, just a point. Don't worry about it.
he's got some weapons now if he can stand back there and have enough time to throw it.
Yeah, I didn't look up the Bengals draft. I didn't look up the Bengals
and Tyler
draft
Boyd.
But did they draft an offensive lineman at all in the draft?
I think
'Cause-
they did.
We can find out for you.
We're not cheating or anything. I'm just trying to think.
I love that Kyle's in front of the computer, but Casey leans all the way over and does
man.
it.
They got Jackson Carmen, offensive tackle out of Clemson.
Yeah, whoever that is, they picked him though.
Wow, yeah, I don't, never even heard of him. There's some guy out there that's like, you've never heard of this guy? Oh man.
Dude, that's how I feel about that kid from LSU that Tennessee drafted. Something like Racy McGrath or something.
Oh yeah.
Never
Racy
heard of
McMath,
him.
yeah.
Okay, well, you would think he's at LSU. Everybody would know who he is, but
Did you see
no,
his stats last year?
No,
It
what
was
I'll
like
tell you-
it was like 7 receptions, 145 yards, and like 2 touchdowns or something. Like,
Hell yeah, throw him the ball.
I guess
Yeah.
so.
I mean, no, like that's what I'm saying. Like there was like no stats. Like it was nothing. Like I don't know. It
He's
was
going to be a special teams guy, and he's going to be a gunner.
Yeah.
And what I read, he's going to be a really good gunner. I don't know.
I mean, we'll see. Like I said, if he even gets on the field, I would be surprised.
Me too.
But I mean, hey, if he comes in and catches 7 balls for 145 yards and 2 touchdowns, I'm happy with it.
I mean, I guess you got to have special teams, but it definitely when I saw the pick, I was like, who? Like,
Yeah. Surely you could have got somebody better that could,
especially because I think we decided that wide receiver was a very big need for the Titans, and
yes.
they go there in the 5th round, 6th round, something like that.
We all felt that when the 2 cornerbacks went before Cowboys picked, that the Titans should have went and got that pick. They should have did something to get that pick.
All right, so since
So
we
they
brought
could
it up,
get one of them receivers.
let's go ahead and look at the Titans pick for this draft. You guys are all Titans fans. Oh, excuse me, Lee's not a Titans fan, but Casey, you and Kyle are Titans fans. Looking at your draft picks here, you have Caleb Farley, Dylan Randons, Monty Rice, Elijah Molden, Rashad Weaver, Racy McMath, and Brady Breeze. Overall, how do you feel the Titans did, and do you like the picks that they chose?
I'm not like 100% sold on our 1st round pick, but that's only because I don't know if he's going to be able to come back from his injury. The 2nd round pick, I completely understand. It's an offensive lineman. We need some offensive linemen. The 3rd round pick is who I'm most excited about. I've read and heard this kid. What's his name? The safety. Was he the 3rd round pick? One of the 3rd round picks. Yeah, Molden. Okay, 4th round pick. Okay, even better.
Oh, Molden.
I
Okay.
read this kid is going to be a beast. Like I watched a little bit of his highlights and they look sweet, bro.
Was it
Boy,
medical
Molden.
concerns why he didn't get drafted higher? Or
I don't even know.
He's
I think he
little,
might have
and
just
and
fell.
He didn't run that fast of a 40, and his measurables, the stuff you see at a combine, don't jump off the page. And to be honest, I don't really give a shit. We had a guy that was a all-pro corner a few years ago named Cortland Finnegan, who liked to get under your skin, and he didn't run all that fast, and he didn't jump all that high, but by God, he knew how to cover. And if this kid can remotely cover somebody, he's already better than all the corners we had last year. So I'm not kidding. Honestly, like I do like the Molden pick. I like the Farley pick. I like all the picks except for Monty Rice.
I've never heard of that kid either.
He lost
Monty
his
Rice,
job at Georgia.
oh, that's what it is.
Elijah
Okay.
Molden was a 3rd round pick, by the way. He was our comp pick.
Comp pick.
Oh, you're good. I just wanted to make sure.
No, I mean Monty Rice lost his job as a middle linebacker at Georgia. I think there could have been a different selection there. I'm not ecstatic about the pick. The thing is, there's nobody on this planet that knows who's going to pan out, what's going to work. Of course, that's what we're here talking about. I mean, we like talking about it. That's fine, but Monty Rice might wind up being pretty good, and I think at some point he might have to play a little bit because I think Rashad Evans is running out of time here at Tennessee. He's not figuring out very good how to play coverage at linebacker position. So, I mean, Rashad Evans might be in a trade for a certain receiver from Atlanta. I don't know.
I don't know who you're referring to, Casey. Why don't you just throw the name out there?
Tampering. You can't
Hey,
say
maybe
names.
that's why they didn't take a wide receiver higher. They're like, hey, we got Julio coming.
Yeah.
Oh, Justin said it. Away, buddy.
And I like Des Fitzpatrick, the receiver they got.
Oh, out of Louisville, yeah.
Yeah, and
I think that was early on him too.
Just real quick, I think he's 4th round. I will say, just real quick, I think one of the main things that they talked about on TV that they didn't like about Des Fitzpatrick was the fact that he dropped easy passes, like he just didn't pay attention a lot. AJ Brown does that shit all the time. I tweeted that out there.
That's true. He does.
If they're just trying to make a big play. If the kid comes in, he plays halfway decent. I hated losing Corey, but
AJ Brown should have had 3 more touchdowns last year. Dropped easy passes.
Shit happens.
But he also made 3 touchdowns he probably shouldn't have, so it's whatever.
We watched one live, sitting in the stadium.
He's gonna go way over there too.
Kyle, I don't know if you're looking at the chat right now, but you are getting mocked. So
am I?
Yeah, you're getting mocked. So I don't know if you want to start. Yeah.
Who's mocking you?
Mandolin.
Oh.
Whoever that is.
Yeah, I never heard of her.
Yeah.
Probably our number 1 fan though.
She's my number 1 fan anyway.
So Caleb Farley, obviously because of his medical history, didn't get drafted higher. Most people think. You guys have a pretty big need at cornerback. Do you think that he fills that role, and do you think that he's able to come back from his injuries?
To me, it's really hard to tell. That back surgery, that could be a huge deal. But we also took 2 DBs and 2 safeties, I think, or was it 1 and 2?
Monty Rice, I think, moved to safety, and then the Elijah Molden guy is also a defensive back. I think he could play corner, is what I saw.
Did we draft another one later than that? Yeah. Okay. So 3 or 4.
You're right. Yes, you got Brady Breeze from Oregon.
So we definitely drafted for him to probably not have to play this season, to be completely honest with you. Who knows if he can play, pull Jeffrey Simmons about 8, 9, 10 games in the season, get out there, that would be great. But it wasn't a plug and play right this moment type of pick, in my opinion.
I don't really know if he's. I don't think his injury is one of those things where you have to wait on it to see how it works out. I think it's just whenever it's time to go ball, he's either going to be ready or he's not.
Yeah.
It's not. Obviously they need to wait a little bit because he just had surgery, but he'll be. I think physically he'll be ready to play, unless his back is just still messed up. And I know that it sounds kind of ridiculous to say it when I say it out loud, but it's not. It's not the waiting game for him. It's just the whether or not it's going to happen. And if the kid makes it onto the field and he's healthy, the way everybody talks, it's got more sense to me. They say he's top 2 corner, so I'll take it. Screw it. Screw it. I'll take it.
So apparently he injured his L5 his L5 joint or whatever in his back. His S1
the L5, yeah.
Yeah, L4, the S2.
But anyway, it was a deadlifting injury.
Ooh.
So it doesn't really sound that bad, and he's supposedly he's expected to be ready for training camp. He said, "I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. I'm expecting to be ready."
What?
Well,
this man's got God on his side.
Yeah,
he can't be stopped.
Hopefully he is to the Titans like Jalen Smith was to the Cowboys as far as injury.
That would be great.
Because Jalen Smith, that was could have been a career ender.
Well, and I knew it. I knew as soon as the Cowboys took him, I said, y'all are going to have to wait a year, but as soon as that kid gets back to the field, you've got a Pro Bowl linebacker. And
that's it.
And you know what? I'm not a big Dallas fan, and you know that, Lee, but I think that's one thing that I really respect Jerry Lee for. Jerry Lee.
Jerry Lee Lawler.
Oh my God! No, that's one thing I really respect Jerry Jones for is going out and taking a chance on that kid because I'm glad he got his opportunity and I'm glad he's showing out.
Jerry,
I was glad to see him do well myself.
Since you brought it up, let's talk about the Cowboys draft. I have it up here. Now the Cowboys. In this graphic, I didn't put the dude from LSU transferred from North Dakota State.
Right, dude he's
Cox.
good. Jabril Cox. I think he has potential to play safety for us. He's that good of a cover linebacker.
Yeah,
He's really
somehow I
fast.
missed him in this graphic. I got his like picture and everything, but somehow I didn't put him in here. I don't know how. Probably just me being an idiot, but this is a lot of picks. They had 11 picks in the
Right.
draft,
And
and
I feel we did fairly well,
you see the two
especially in the
Kentucky guys
late
here.
rounds. Yeah, the Bohannon, that dude he's a monster. He's 327 pounds.
Yeah, I was about to
And
say he looks
we need
giant.
run stoppers. So if anything else, he can just fill a hole, hopefully.
He was always in the middle of stuff at Kentucky. That
Right.
dude was
And he's
always-
faster than his size gives away, so.
The first guy off the bus for sure.
And then I like the cornerbacks that we took. They're big cornerbacks.
Yeah, did you guys see the? I'll bring it back. Nashawn Wright. He compared himself to Richard Sherman or something like that. That I saw. That's obviously lofty, but I mean,
Yeah.
hey, if you're even like half of the corner Richard Sherman is, I mean,
I can compare myself to Jeremy Spence.
Yeah. And then the one from Kentucky, Kelvin Joseph, he's only 6 foot, but he's 200 pounds. I think, he's not small. He's about average for a cornerback, but
Who did you say?
I think that was a good pick. Their second round pick, Joseph out of Kentucky.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Kelvin Joseph. Yeah, I mean, I was surprised they went with Micah Parsons, their first rounder, but it's kind of, I guess it was best player available.
Exactly, best defensive player available.
You did have Sean Lee leave also though.
He retired,
Yeah, so
right?
and that's one thing that we've lacked in years is linebacker depth. So I'm cool with the linebacker picks. And then the cornerback that in the 6th round from South Carolina.
Oh,
he's got a lot of Israel Mukumo, whatever is how you pronounce it.
Nailed it.
But he's 6'4", 212 pounds, so he's a big cornerback. So we definitely got some size and depth on defense. And then our last pick, the guard from Nebraska,
Matt Farniok.
He started 39 games at Nebraska, so
I mean,
he's rated as the 29th best offensive lineman in the class, so that's pretty good for the 7th round pick.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, you take a bunch of picks, you're bound to hit on some of them.
Right, and then lineman depth is the biggest thing too, so he can sit and watch, or if someone gets injured, he can plug in and play.
Hopefully. Now let's move on to the best team in the draft.
Oh, Lord.
The Los Angeles Chargers. I mean,
I knew they was picking linemen. They had to protect Herbert because he got killed last year.
Well, and also we've needed a tackle for like 5 years. I mean, Jesus Christ, how long can we go without drafting a tackle? I think that Rashawn Slater is going to be the best tackle in the draft. I mean, I liked Penei Sewell, but Rashawn Slater, the dude just works, and I really like him out of Northwestern. I was really happy that we got him, honestly. And then 2nd round, we get Asante Samuel Jr. out of Florida State. I mean, I saw some mocks that had him going in the 1st round, like late in the 1st round. So
I actually had him going in the 1st round of the mock draft.
So I am more than happy to take him in the 2nd round. We need cornerback. We need a tackle. We got both of those. And then after that, I think we got a tight end and Josh Palmer out of Tennessee. You guys know more about him than in And Chris Rump out of Duke. We got Brendan James out of Nebraska also. The Nick Neiman, linebacker out of Iowa. Larry Roundtree Jr. I that is the biggest question mark for me was Larry Roundtree, was because we have Justin Jackson, we have Austin Eckler, and we drafted Josh Kelly last year from UCLA. I thought that was the biggest question mark, but maybe he's just a special teamer. He's going to return punts or something. I don't know. But other than that,
looking from the outside, none of your running backs are amazing.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Hey, I'm
whoa,
just saying.
whoa!
You know it's true. You know it's true. If you had a good running back, he would look like Derrick Henry, and you don't.
I like Eckler. I
I
like
do like
Austin
Eckler,
Eckler. He's
but he's not a 3-down running back. So I could see why you guys took a risk on a 6th, 7th round pick just to hopefully catch a spark in a bottle. You know what I mean?
Well, not every running back can run the ball 40 times and still be stiff arming guys into the next state. So some of us other teams have to running back by committee. You guys don't know much about that in Tennessee since you got Derrick Henry.
We
He's
got
pretty.
a committee.
they've never known nothing of running back by committee. Eddie
Our
George,
committee,
Chris
our committee has
Johnson.
2 arms and knows how to use them.
He's the commissioner. He does all of it. Don't matter. Don't give a damn.
I
We need
mean,
no help.
talk about running backs being devalued. Derrick Henry was a 2nd-round pick, and he's probably the best
Dude.
running back in the league.
He is.
Probably.
He listen. They pushed him down. He didn't get drafted high. All the experts talk about how he couldn't catch the ball out of the backfield. He barely still can't catch the ball out of the backfield.
Doesn't need to.
You turn around and hand him the damn ball. It's like Forrest Gump from the movie. Just give him the damn ball.
He just keeps running and running and running.
Dude, I wanted the Cowboys to pick Jalen Ramsey that year and then wait for Derrick Henry in the 2nd round. But no, they had to pick fucking Ezekiel Elliott.
I
We
mean,
traded.
Yeah, we
Zeke-
did.
Zeke's still a good running back.
He is, especially if he fixes his fumble issue from last year.
Yeah.
He can still be a dominant running back.
Yeah,
The reason
no
he
doubt.
looked so bad last year was because Dak got hurt and they used him a lot more than they probably should have.
Yeah.
It was easy to focus on just Ezekiel Elliott
Right.
at that point.
Did you? Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, Justin, go ahead. Oh. And then you got Tony Pollard right behind him, giving him a little pressure. So.
Ooh, man, Tony Pollard, probably one of the best 2nd running backs in the league. Like the guy's a baller. Could be a first.
He is.
Could be a starter. I'm sure.
He could. I'm surprised Dallas re-signed him because I figured he'd want bukus of money.
Now, sorry, I kind of forgot what I was gonna say. We were talking about Ezekiel. Oh, did you guys see the Jameis Winston post on I think it was on Instagram where he's talking about how he's the hardest working quarterback in the league and all this stuff, and then Dak is standing right next to him. He's like, I work harder than everybody. Well, even though Dak's here, like, like, yeah, dude, you work harder than the dude that broke his ankle last year and probably shouldn't even be walking.
Hey, I did see a video of
And
James
already on the
Winston
field again.
Yeah.
He had
Sorry,
a blindfold on and threw like a half-court shot, like with a football into a basketball hoop. That was kind of cool. But,
yeah, that was kind of cool. Hey, he doesn't need to see to throw 30 picks or 30 touchdowns.
No, it looks like he never seen you.
Yeah, damn it.
That guy, man. Oh, I didn't know who I still don't know who I'd rather have, Marcus Mariota or Jameis Winston.
Yeah.
Mariota, I mean, played pretty well in that second half of the Raiders game last year.
Yeah, he killed it that game. What do you have, like 6 incompletions?
Shut your whore mouth.
It is the only thing he did last year. It's the only time he got on the field, I think.
I think so, yeah.
Wait, they lost too, didn't they?
Yep, they ended up
they
losing,
did
but it
lose,
was.
yeah.
I think he did. I think he did. Some things never change. Right in crunch time, let's throw it away.
Shut up. All right. We got it.
I mean,
So
yeah, go ahead, Lee.
what's up with the Raiders? I mean, do they just not like talented players or what?
Oh my God, they probably are the worst drafting organization of the past like 5 years.
And
I
the
mean,
funniest,
past 20 years, maybe, honestly. Like,
I will say the funniest thing too is after they caught a lot of hell for taking Alex Leatherwood in the first round, Mike Mayock actually told the media members, he said, some of these fantasy experts don't know what they're talking about. And they were like, Mike, that's legitimately how you got paid for a decade from NFL Network. So I thought that was and everybody gave him help for the Cleveland Farrell pick too, and he still hadn't played all that great. So maybe Mayock needs to listen to somebody else.
I mean,
Hey,
they did.
Go
They
ahead.
did hit on Max Crosby. I mean, Jonathan Abrams could turn out to be pretty good. It
Yeah.
seems they do better in the later rounds than they do picking early, though.
Yeah. They hit on Josh Jacobs. That's the best
Oh
player
yeah,
they
Josh
drafted
Jacobs. Yeah, sorry, I totally
in probably
spaced
10
on him.
years. But
Well, if you take an Alabama running back, there's like a 85% chance. You might get Trent Richardson, or you might get Derrick Henry, or so. I mean, but
right.
there's a pretty good chance those.
I mean,
guys
I'll
are
take
in.
Mark Ingram.
Alvin
Right.
Kamara Mark Ingram was really good.
I will
There's-
say, out of the last 10, there's been one Trent Richardson, and that was Trent Richardson for
and,
Alabama
and
running backs.
people still bring it up that Alabama running backs are undraftable or not good in the NFL. I mean, they're serviceable starters. Kenyon Drake, Alvin Kamara. You just named some of the other guys. Like,
Hey, Alvin Kamara's Tennessee.
Yeldon's not that bad.
you know,
TJ Yeldon, yeah, exactly. He can catch.
yeah, TJ Yeldon. Yeah, he's another one. I mean, Alabama
Mark
just
Ingram.
what? I mean, Alabama. Jesus Christ, what happened this year in the draft? It was like if there was an Alabama player available on the board, somebody took him. Like it was so
I know.
insane.
That may have been a big surprise that Christian Barmore didn't go in the first round too. For 7 picks by Alabama.
I mean, I think
so.
so.
How he didn't go in the first round. I thought for
I
sure he was
know.
going to go way earlier.
Who's that?
Me too.
Barmore.
He was projected to go like top 15.
Wouldn't they have like 6 first-round picks or something?
They had
Yeah.
6 first rounders.
And then 13 in the first 3, maybe, or something like that.
Wow.
Like, there's teams that
Amazing.
don't have 13 picks in the first, like, in 3 years. And then they have Hey, what about Northwestern getting 2 in the first round? Go Wildcats, right?
Hey, that's 2 more than some certain team I could think of right off the top of my head.
Was Josh Palmer
I know.
the first
Yeah,
Tennessee
that's the
player?
one.
No, they haven't. Fuck.
Oh yeah, Horn.
I'm not. I think he was. It was him or Trey Smith. I think it was Josh Palmer, the first
What,
Tennessee player.
No, 100%. Trey Smith didn't go until round 6.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, to the Chiefs.
Wow.
Yeah,
Of course.
He's got like a lung issue or like a blood issue.
Oh yeah.
And then I think Palmer went round 3, and I'm pretty sure
77, I think.
Thompson didn't get drafted.
Yeah, Thompson was undrafted free agent. He got picked up by. New
Was he a
Orleans.
cornerback?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
I like Bryce Thompson too.
Yeah,
I think-
he played. He showed very good heart.
but I think he might be able to make a team, maybe learn something. He'll at least be on the training squad or whatever.
what do I
Yeah, the
say?
practice squad.
So I'm looking at the top quarterback picks of next year just to see who's going to be taken first overall.
Okay, who you got?
All right, so this is I think it's 10, right? Let me see. Yeah, there's 10. All right, so we got Sam Howell out of UNC,
Yeah.
Spencer Radler out of Oklahoma, Keaton Slovis out of USC, Desmond Riddler out of Cincinnati, Tyler Slow he's going to be at Texas Tech, but formerly of Oregon, JT Daniels out of Georgia, formerly of USC. Or USC. There we go. Jesus Christ. Too many letters. Matt Corral out of Ole Miss. Jaden Daniels out of Arizona State. Brock Purdy out of Iowa State. And then Malik Willis out of Liberty.
Who was you talking about? Too many letters?
Purdy is off.
I was talking about JT Daniels, Georgia.
Oh.
JT Daniels will be. I think he could be a serviceable quarterback. He might be AJ McCarron, or he might be,
Right.
I don't know, Phillip Rivers. It depends on what kind of career he's going to have as to what team he gets to. But I think JT Daniels is good there. I
like him.
Sam Howell.
Baker Mayfield to the T.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Sam Howell's going to be the first quarterback taken. I think he is the best quarterback in the draft.
See, I was going to say the first quarterback taken, Justin didn't even name him. That's my guess.
Okay, so yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Actually, was are you gonna take the field, or are you gonna take one of these 10 players as being the first quarterback off the board next year?
I mean,
Probably the first overall pick.
There's only 2 that you named that I think maybe could, and that's Howell and JT Daniel. The rest of them are I don't. I mean, I haven't heard of them, so
Yeah.
they can't be that good.
How's putting up stupid numbers in North Carolina?
Was it Corral for Ole Miss?
From Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah,
I like
the
him.
system could make him look better than he actually is, but he could go high.
Hey,
I mean-
there's this
Possibly.
kid. He's a sophomore. His name is Harrison Bailey. Just keep his name in mind.
He's gonna graduate.
Hey, honestly though, I think that it could be. I'm gonna go ahead and put this out there. I think that there's a small chance that it's Jaden Daniels out of Arizona State. I mean, he doesn't have the greatest coach. I mean, I like Herm Edwards, but he's not the
Yeah.
greatest
Well, he's an
offensive
NFL
mind.
coach, so he could get him ready.
Exactly,
For
and I
sure.
think that if Daniels plays well, he could easily be the first overall pick. I mean, he showed some flashes last year.
Right.
Yes, he did. He did.
I
do
don't
that.
see quarterbacks being the big thing next year.
They always seem to be though. Like even like I'm looking at it, I'm like I don't think any of these guys are worth the first overall pick. They're no Trevor
don't
Lawrence,
either.
but they're probably going to end up being that, you know.
I'm telling you right now, Sam Howell's going to score 50 touchdowns, and he's going to be the first overall pick next year. I'm calling it. No ifs, ands, or buts in my mind at all. He's going to be the first quarterback. He may not be the first overall pick. He might be the first overall pick because he's a quarterback.
Exactly. That'll be it right
He's
there.
definitely not the best player in the draft, but I think he's the best quarterback.
No, I'm sorry. I was reading the chat. Who were you talking about there?
Oh, hell. I was reading something else.
We're talking about Sam Howell.
Yeah, Sam Howell. Sam Howell's going to be the first quarterback. And he's probably going to be the first pick because quarterbacks are overvalued in the draft.
Yeah.
But Sam Howell is the first quarterback that should be taken and probably will be taken, in my opinion. Kayvon Thibodeau, though.
I love him.
I think Kayvon Thibodeau.
Ooh, yeah.
Derek Stingley.
Derek Stingley's nuts, but I don't see a corner going one.
No,
I think
he won't.
Thibodeau could.
Are you guys looking up mock drafts for next year?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, I'm looking it up.
There's always those few quarterbacks that have a breakout season and decide, hey, I want to enter the draft.
Oh my gosh, this Fox Sports, who is this? Jason McIntyre? I don't know him, but he's got JT Daniels going first overall to the Lions.
I don't even.
Oh Lord.
I got this one I'm looking at. It's got Houston Texans taking Spencer Rattler #1, Detroit taking Sam Howell at #2.
So they're banking on Watson not either playing or getting traded.
Probably not playing.
I
Yeah.
don't think he plays for the Texans next year, and I don't know if he plays for anybody next year.
Yeah, that's rough, man. When you got
that's a
20
lot of
something
lawsuits.
accusations.
Yeah, it's a lot of lawsuits.
I'm surprised he hasn't been cut yet, honestly.
Because
Because he's making so much damn money. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that
They
makes sense.
just signed him back. $40 million a year. Just signed him.
So this one's got the Houston Texans taking Desmond Ridder, and then the first non-quarterback off is the Eagles taking Kayvon Thibodeau.
So do y'all think that Houston's going to be #1 pick next year, or what? If
Yeah.
Watson ain't the quarterback?
Especially if Watson's not the quarterback, he's got to be the first. They have nobody except for Watson.
I don't know. Detroit's not going to be very good. I'm just looking off right
One
here.
of the best drafts in the whole league, though. I think
They did.
Detroit's either going to be 0-16 or they're going to be a lot better than people expect them to be this year. Because their coach Dan Campbell, that dude's insane.
He is
He's
insane.
bad, but he's
Oh.
insane.
Dude, he's talking about biting off kneecaps and stuff. I love it.
They finally may have found a running back too with DeAndre Swift. So we'll see.
Did you guys see the oh man. He did an interview with Pat McAfee, and it was like he was like, Pat, why do you think that I hired all these coaches that are former players? He was like, just in case they get COVID or stuck in COVID protocol, they can suit up and play for us. Like, fucking electric. I love it. Yeah, I'm really.
Wow.
I'm hoping Detroit is good. I mean, Goff's not gonna lose him any games. I don't think.
Right.
No, but he's not going to be able
Did
to
they-
win him because he ain't got.
Who'd they replace Galladay with?
No one.
The first round pick? No.
Yeah,
They picked
and
Penei Sewell.
they could have picked Devontae Smith or
They took, I was thinking they picked up Smith, but they took Stoll.
yeah.
Lions picks. Let's see what they got here.
They do have a receiver though. I know they drafted.
Second round is Levi Onwuzurike. Third
You
round,
make
Aleem
that
McNeil.
That ain't even a real person.
Third
That's a
round
bot.
is Afetu Melifonwu. They took Amon-Ra St. Brown out of UCS.
That's a good pick.
USC, whatever.
They have T.J. Hawkinson, who might be a good fantasy pickup.
Yeah.
He is going to be their main pass
Hawkinson
catcher.
is a beast. Me and Kyle called that way back. We did a college fantasy football thing, and
Hawkinson
we was
and
trying to figure out which tight end to get, and Hawkinson was the one we got. So.
They can play ball.
wasn't Hawkinson and Fant, they came out together out of Iowa?
Yeah, Iowa. That was a really good tight end combo in college, right there.
Right? I mean, Noah Fant won me a lot of fantasy games last year, so I can't complain, especially when Kittle went down. I mean,
Hey, sure like the video, Austin. Still watching the damn thing.
did you guys watch the Bussin' with the Boys, Taylor Lewan's podcast? Have you guys watched that at all?
I haven't seen that.
So he had on TJ Hawkinson, and the dude looks like the biggest stoner I have ever seen in my life. Like,
wait, who's that? Lawan?
No, Hawkinson.
Oh, Hawkinson.
yeah, Hawkinson looks like the biggest stoner I've ever seen in my life. He was on Lawan's podcast, is how I saw it though, and yeah, it was hilarious. Like, he's wearing like a tie-dye shirt and those like little circle glasses. Oh man, if I had seen that, I would have been like, Chargers, please draft him. Like,
Bring that guy to California.
Right? Get him out of Michigan.
Hey, it's still legal there too, buddy.
So speaking of the Chargers, who all did they lose in free agency? Did they lose Hunter Henry?
Yeah, they lost Hunter Henry to the Patriots.
Yeah. Patriots signed him and Jonnu for some weird reason.
Who
did Hayward leave? Did Hayward leave, or is he still there?
Casey Hayward?
I think he's still there.
I don't remember hearing about him.
I'm pretty sure Casey Hayward's still there. I think we could have lost. I think Mike Brown was on his 5th-year option, maybe, and we took it. I don't know. I can't remember.
Gotcha.
I don't think we lost anyone crazy though.
Well, that's good. Who y'all have at tight end? I can't remember now that Henry's gone.
You probably brought him.
He's like 80 years old. Still suiting up. No, I think it's like nobody pretty much. Whoever always fills in for Hunter Henry. It's
whomever that may be.
Yeah, I mean the guy's hurt 9 times out of 10, I feel like, so. We did draft
like $12 million a year or some shit.
Yeah, I'm glad. He wasn't worth that much.
We did draft Trey McKitty at least.
Trey McKitty, that's his name. I don't know who he is either.
He's out of Sarasota. That's the only reason I know him, because he's.
I don't even know where Sarasota. Yeah, McKitty.
Florida, Sarasota, Florida.
Sarasota's in. Where's that at? I thought it was in California.
No, Florida. It's where I live, pretty much.
Gotcha.
There's a big high school academy down here.
Hey, says Casey Hayward is a free agent.
Oh damn!
Thank you from the peanut
gallery. He was a free agent, but because I remember the Cowboys were targeting him, but I don't remember if he re-signed.
Well, you tell your fucking boys to back the hell off, all right?
The only reason I thought he might be a free agent is because he is every year in Madden after the first season.
It says he says he signed with the Raiders.
Oh, okay.
What the hell, Casey? Daniel? All right, now I hope I
halfway remember that now.
I hope you get injured now, Casey. I'm just kidding. I like Casey Hayward. So yeah, what about this is a good segue here. What about Aaron Rodgers?
Oh, Aaron, that guy who used to play for the Green Bay Packers.
Man, what is going on?
If they would have drafted that man some help years ago, he'd have won more than one Super Bowl.
I mean,
I got a weird stat for y'all. Bart Starr played 16 seasons for the Packers. Brett Favre played 16 seasons for the Packers. Ooh. This upcoming season will be Aaron Rodgers' 17th. The Packers have never had a quarterback stay more than 16 seasons. Maybe it's time. History repeats itself. I think Denver should go out and get him, and Denver automatically becomes a playoff favorite, maybe even Super Bowl favorite.
Super Bowl
Yeah,
contender for sure.
I mean, you give Aaron Rodgers, wide receivers like Denver has, he's probably gonna win MVP again.
Jimmy G fixing our balls.
I
I
mean,
got a question for
Yeah.
you guys.
So what if you think he could go to the Patriots even though they just drafted Mac Jones?
I don't
I
know how
don't-
much money they have left because they spent a lot of it.
They
What
did.
would
They bulked their defense up. Matthew Judon.
I don't know.
signed
I don't know if they have the
signed
capital either.
like 40 million together.
What team would y'all most likely like him to see? What if the Titans went and got
Chargers.
him, traded Tannehill?
That's what I was gonna say. What if we traded Tannehill for Aaron Rodgers?
The only place I want to see Aaron Rodgers is in Canada. I don't even want to see him in the NFL. He makes everybody. I don't really want to give up Tannehill, but if he came to the Titans, I think that'd be cool or whatever. But I'm tired of playing him. I don't want to play him anymore. They beat the shit out of us in Green Bay last year.
Well, we beat him the year before,
Dude.
though. Yeah, of them.
Congratulations. I'd still think I'd rather not.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And I don't get this like narrative that he's a prima donna or whatever. He's played 17 years for this team, never complained. And the last time they took a wide receiver in the first round was Javon Walker in like 2003. Like, you can't say that he's you can't say he's a
Right.
prima donna. It's
And
the
his
first
best
time he's
running
been
back
doing it.
was an overweight Eddie Lacy.
I mean, Aaron Jones is good.
Well, yeah, I guess so.
But until
Aaron Jones, yeah.
until 5 years ago, maybe, when he was drafted. I mean,
I don't hear it.
did they honk? Is that what happened?
Yeah, they
No,
honk.
Austin makes a good point here. Had 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks back to back and only won 2 Super Bowls.
I thought they won 3. Didn't Brett win 2? And then Aaron won 1?
Actually, yeah, I think you're right. Now I'm thinking about it.
Well, maybe Brett only won 1. Fuck, I don't know.
He
But
might have
either
won
way,
Yeah.
Either way, I mean, the Patriots only had 1 Hall of Fame quarterback and won 6. You know. Man, it's just wild what's going on in the NFL these days. Never a shortage of things to talk about, whether it's Russell Wilson trying to leave, Aaron Rodgers trying to leave, Tom Brady trying to leave last year.
trying to force his way out.
Russell Wilson is scared for his own safety, and I would be too behind that offensive.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. They make Russell Wilson look slow. Like, usually Russell Wilson's like zipping around everywhere. It's like his blocking so bad it makes him look slow.
Well, it's hard to be fast when you got a 300-pound lineman hold of you. I mean, he's having to run for his life in every single game. I feel bad for him.
I'm surprised he hasn't gotten injured more than he has, you know? I don't think he's really gotten injured that much.
Right.
No.
I mean,
And he's
that's
been
impressive.
robbed of a Super Bowl too from a stupid coaching
Oh, yeah.
They should have handed
decision.
him.
Oh, yeah, me and Kyle were watching that live.
First down. Like, come on, bro. Hey, back to your tight end for y'all signed Jared Cook, I guess, and for your
Oh,
agency.
yeah, that's right. Yeah. I mean,
That's not terrible.
nah, he is who he is. I'd say like starter, low tier starter.
I mean, at this point,
Yeah.
I would take him for the Titans.
Yeah, do you guys have any tight ends? Is that even a thing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got Anthony Ferkser.
And Morris Forrestal, or
Yeah.
whatever his first name is. I don't know.
Well, I'm glad you guys got him. Oh man,
Kyle, why are you
yeah,
sideways?
you're sideways
Oh,
all of a sudden,
no.
bud.
Time out. Kyle's phone died.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Kyle.
Wasn't prepared for this. Where's Kyle's?
Oh,
camera?
there
we
he
go.
is. Okay.
We'll turn him off. There we go. And one of these is Kyle. There he is. All right. Yeah, no, I mean, so you guys are running out Anthony Fersker and Forstall? Oh, I can't hear you guys now. You're muted,
Can you hear
Casey.
me?
Yeah, they're muted.
Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good.
Yeah. That's why there's editing.
Well, we're live, so.
Oh, fuck
Oh,
it. With 4 people,
no editing.
That's my ass.
Hey, 4 people is a good amount, man.
There was 5. I bet it was Mandy leaving when she thought I left the chat.
She's like, Kyle's not here. I'm out. I'm not here for the other ones.
Yeah.
I think that's everything on my discussion board here, boys. Oh wait, we do have one more if you guys want to talk about it. Did you guys want to talk about the Vols a little bit? I figure we could. Yeah,
I mean,
let's do a whole podcast on them.
a whole podcast on the Vols.
Yeah.
or just all of our favorite. Well, we're all Vols fans. Justin, you're
We can talk about.
I'm a new Vols fan.
a new Vols fan. Okay, yeah, we can do a Vols podcast.
Yeah, we can do
or
that
just
next.
college football.
Maybe next week. Talk about college football.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you heard it here first. Next week we're talking about me and Daniel are VIPs. They're all VIPs in my book.
No, Austin, you and Daniel are assholes.
If I could find a way to make you guys VIPs in the chat or something, I would. But yeah, you guys have we can do that.
Money, maybe you'll be a VIP.
Yeah. Like and subscribe.
Yeah, we'll do college football next week. We'll do some research on the upcoming season. How about that, boys?
That sounds good.
Sounds
Alright.
good.
All right. So, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the podcast. Go ahead and like and subscribe. We're a new channel. We're trying to do episodes once a week. Hopefully next week we'll be on with some college football. Anything you guys want to say?
Go Vols.
Go
Wow.
Vols. Go Cowboys.
All right. Bolt
I
up.
had fun. First time.
Oh yeah. Hey Lee. Yeah, you did good, man. You talked a lot.
Good job, Lee. Good job.
I didn't honestly did not expect you to talk that much. It's a good
I know
thing.
we kept butting into each other trying to talk.
hey, I'd much rather everyone be talking than no one be talking, you know?
Right.
All right. We're out, guys. Have a great week. We'll see you next time.